All right, everybody. Welcome back to the That Boy G and Noble Lee podcast. We will probably end up changing that name because I want to keep messing it up. So I am Noble Lee, and that is.
I am G Money.
Hold on, real quick. We'll try to get this air horn popping off. Hey, there it is. Bust back. So
What's up, Buster? How you doing, man?
hey, you stopped through for a second.
Buster.
All right. So the first topic we're going to talk about is I know right now a lot of people probably do or do not care about it, but the Oscars are coming up, and there are a lot of great films that have been nominated this year. We've seen a lot of diversity as far as the films that have been picked, but the one thing that a lot of people are just really they're coming up in arms about is the fact that it seems as though this year more than most, Rotten Tomatoes has been able to skew the movies that are getting nominated. And me personally, I like to go watch a movie myself. I don't like to look at the ratings. I only look at maybe how much it costs to make the movie, and then how much it made back, just to know if it was a flop or not, money wise. But as far as just as a amateur director, I don't really care about like the ratings, how they are, because there's a lot of people who sit behind these computers or go watch these movies and they've studied film but do not know how to make a film, so they don't understand what it's like to just sit there and enjoy the film. Like me personally, I need to watch the film at least 2-3 times just because I have to have different mindsets. Like if I want to go there to rate it, I go there sitting intently to see how everything is shot, how the story comes across. If I'm going there just to enjoy it, go there and just enjoy it. I'm not trying to nitpick it. Third time, if it's a really good movie and I'm lost, I go there just to get some understanding. But I feel as though these rating systems are giving way too much power as far as what movies succeed and what movies don't. Like with the whole big controversy earlier last year with Get Out, it was the first movie ever to have a 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. One dude messed that movie up, and that was history right there. And then another movie that came out after that to me personally wasn't as good, kept its 100% rating because of the shitbags that work there. And if you don't know, Rotten Tomatoes is owned by Fandango, which is a company that sells movie tickets that has, I'm pretty sure one of their parent companies is one of these movie distribution houses. So that just lets you know right now, you can't trust everything you hear, because I'm pretty sure somebody is getting payola to say this, that, and the third or whatever. And half the time, you go in there and look on Rotten Tomatoes website, the people who, like the fans who give comments, they give better comments than half the people who are supposed to be so-called movie experts who probably like spent a couple of years watching a whole bunch of black and white art films thinking that they know everything about movies.
Yeah, see, I don't understand how you can have one person speak for everybody like Rotten Tomatoes does.
Exactly.
Everybody's gonna have different tastes.
Exactly, because I mean, there was this one movie that's called Mother that has Jennifer Lawrence and Javier Bardem. The movie, the guy who directed the movie, the last movie he did was Requiem for a Dream. Which, if you've never seen that movie, check it out. I think it might still be on Netflix, but if not, it is Requiem with a Dream. Has Jared Leto, young Jared Leto, Marlon Wayans, Jennifer Connelly. It's a great movie. It's really trippy for people who like to watch movies that'll give you something more than just shock value and appeal. It give you something mentally. But yeah, if you read the people who write for Rotten Tomatoes and go and read any interviews about them and what they have to say, a lot of them, like I said before, there are a few there that know what the hell they're talking about, but there's a good majority of them are just, I want to say it, but I mean, they're just shitbags. That's all it is.
I completely agree. I've read plenty of reviews after that. It's funny to me how when I go see a movie that I really actually enjoy and it really pulls me in, and then I'm just like, well, maybe I didn't fully understand it or whatnot. I go and get on the computer. First place I go, I look and see what Rotten Tomatoes give it. And 9 times out of 10, that sucker's usually putting this movie that I just really enjoyed, just throwing it right in the fucking shitter. So, don't even get me started on that, man.
Yeah, man, like,
you already know.
Yeah, like if you look at it, it'll be like 40-something%, 30-something%. They'll be like, "Oh, this movie completely."
And I'm like, did this guy even watch the damn movie?
I was like, y'all must have went there just to tear this down. There's no way that you went there to try to just watch the movie as like a fan of the film. I mean, I know you got a job, but you should be a fan of film first if you're working for a company. Like, all right, so that's my dog in the background, Wayman. He wants to let everybody know that he's here and that he hates Rotten Tomatoes. He is active right now. So, but yeah, cause, it's really funny when you look at Google right now. and they give you all the ratings for most of the movies. You're gonna have Media Critic, you're gonna have Rotten Tomatoes, you're gonna have IMDb. I do like IMDb a lot. I feel like they don't skew their ratings as well. But it's so funny because a lot of times you check Rotten Tomatoes and you be like, oh, they have like a 78% or 80 something percent or something. Check Google. Underneath that, it'll let you know, oh, Rotten Tomatoes said this movie was 75%, but 98% of the people who seen this movie enjoy this movie. And so that just lets you know that there are still people out here taking the time to go see movies. So, you know, everybody who's going out to see movies, you know, you get an air horn. Make up that for everybody. Exactly. Make up your own mind. Do not let don't let everything skew you that you see. Man, if you don't stop, don't let everything skew you as far as what you want to go enjoy. Because I mean, it's like I said, when you get to the Oscars and you see all the people who got nominated, like, how did this movie get nominated? Because like the ratings, you know, you ever see a trailer for a movie and it says, you know, so and so calls this a masterpiece. So and so says this is the best movie since that, whatever. And you be like, this is the first time I've ever heard of this movie. This night, like either I'm living under a rock or, you know, somebody is shopping this movie around. Like I said, we all know how that works.
Somebody's paying them under the table to say
exactly.
That shit.
There is payola everywhere. I don't care who you are. You don't act like it's not. No, there's payola being taken by somebody to skew a lot of these things. Like I said, Fandango. If you don't believe me, look it up. They are owned by Fandango, and they have a show that comes out on, I believe, Thursdays or Fridays. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna kill me in the comment sections. Whatever, kill yourself. They have a show that's called like Hot or Not, where they'll tell you what movies you should go to see or not or whatever. And I'm like, why do y'all have that much power to make people not want to go see a movie?
And you see, something like that shouldn't even exist because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You know, these people got money. Maybe they actually listen to these dirtbags, you know, talk bad about these good movies and shit. But I mean, you never know. Like, if Noble made a movie and he was like, and I had my own radio show and it was popping, Noble would be like, hey man, you know, we go back, man. And I just made this movie, you know, people need to see it.
Exactly.
You know, he could be saying, you know, give me a little bit of that dough, and I'll be like, hey, you know, Noble's movie, it's all right. Y'all need to go see it. But you just can't listen to these people. And that, you know, I'm not trying to get deep over here because, I mean, that's just not who I am. But I was not expecting that. You're trying to throw me off.
Yeah, I'm trying to throw you off.
No, but back to the point, you know, like Noble was saying, this goes for anything. You can't don't let people make your mind up for you. Don't catch some dude on some website saying, you know, this movie ain't that hot. You know, go see it yourself.
Yeah, make up your own mind. I understand that this is a time where the movies are super, super, super expensive, and you don't want to do it. You want to wait for it. You want to wait till it comes to Redbox, or you want to try to get it on a deal, or you want to wait till it hits your local drive-in or dollar theater, or you know, if you're in the hood like me, sometimes you try to get that bootleg. You know, there's certain movies that you just got to go see, and like I said, I enjoy going to the movies because of the atmosphere. I mean, there's nothing like just going there, and that's why so many directors nowadays are getting mad at Netflix because they're taking away the whole ambiance of what it means to go to the movies. And like I said, when it comes to the Oscars, I've been off the Oscars ever since The Dark Knight didn't get Best Movie of the Year. I'm sorry, I've been off it ever since that.
Agree with you on
that was the best movie of the entire year. I don't care who you are. I will keep saying that for the rest of my life. Like, that was the best movie of the year. There needs to be more superhero movies. There need to be more movies that aren't just like art films that get nominated. Like, if we can put animation in there, no shot at animation, love animation. If you can put that in there, why can't a superhero movie win a damn Oscar? Like, come on, like, you got to look at the overall performance. Don't try to judge it and throw it into a genre, because I'm pretty sure a lot of these movies that don't fit the regular mold of genre probably have some great storylines.
That just goes back to what I'm saying. It's like, who knows who? I mean, it's as simple as that, because you got Homeboy over here who everybody just likes. He can make the shittiest movie there ever is. Brad Pitt. And no shot at Brad. I love you, man. It's all love. For real. I mean, you know, I love anybody that's got 16 kids. So and they're not even theirs.
You gotta make movies.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that just goes back to the original topic. I mean, I'm starting to get heated over something I didn't think I'd get heated over. But it's just, Noble, take it back before I just go off, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take it back. Like I said, at the end of the day, all I can say is that there needs to be more diversity when it comes to the Oscars. The Oscars is named after a person of color. If none of y'all knew that, so just do your research. Not trying to get super racial about it, but
Yeah,
it just
man,
needs.
February is over, bro.
Yeah, February is over. Everybody, shout out to
Shout
Black
out
History
Martin
Month,
Luther King.
and we are back now. Now, if you didn't know, this is Women History Month. So March, if you got a lady, if you don't got a lady, we all got moms, we all got sisters. Some of us do. As far as the sisters thing, go ahead and let them know you appreciate them. They've made big waves this year and last year, getting Weinstein's out of here and shit like that. So because I mean, shit like that should not happen. Nobody should use their position of power to force anybody else to do things, or better yet, let them know that, hey, if you don't do what I say, all this right here that you have, I can take that away in a second. Like, we need to stop blackballing people. I mean, everybody has an opinion. Everybody should be able to say what they want to say, but you shouldn't blackball somebody because everybody got to eat. That's just real. But you don't abuse your power. Like, I'm never going to abuse my power because I know what it's like to not have any power, and I know what it's like to have things taken from you. And I think we all, to a certain extent, probably not at a magnitude as you're being an actor and you know how much you get paid, and then somebody says, hey, if you don't do what I say, nobody's gonna work with you, and you got to think about what that means, like, and how long it takes some people to get back. There's a lot of people who get blackballed, and it takes them like 10 years to get back, and you be wondering, like, where were they at? Like, I read this article the other day about Brendan Fraser. I don't know if a lot of y'all remember Brendan Fraser, George of the Jungle, Encino Man, for anybody who loves 90s movies, with the great Pauly Shore. I don't care what y'all say. Pauly was doing,
my mouth shut.
Pauly was doing his thing. But Brendan Fraser, he stepped away for a while because after doing the Mummy series and stuff like that, he just said that his whatever. The first one was dope. He said that he was doing I don't know if a lot of y'all know, whatever. But Brendan Fraser's a pretty big dude. He's about like 6'4" and some change or whatever. And he was like doing these stunts, and at the age he was doing them, he was just killing his body. So he took some time away, and they tried to blackball him for that. And at the same time, he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna go do something that actually means something, because he does have sons, and one of his sons is autistic, so he took some time away. Shout outs to that. You got, sometimes you have to do those things, but you still got to eat, man. So, but if you're in a position of power, do not abuse it, because those repercussions, you don't know what you're doing to people.
Karma is a bitch.
Yeah, that shit.
I'm speaking from experience.
That shit will come back around.
At a certain extent, we've met karma. We've come face to face with it. But you bring up Weinstein, and it's funny that you do, because I was watching, I think it was a YouTube clip or something of two guys kind of like us, just really giving their own 2 cents on things. And one of these cats actually said,
"What is that?
Well, can you blame him?" And I'm thinking, bro, you've been living under a rock. Like, we don't fucking do that. This is 2018, man.
Exactly.
Real talk.
Exactly. He needs to all that shit needs to be deaded. Like, you can't you can blame him. You can definitely blame him. I don't care who you are.
Then this guy, he takes it even further. He's like, well, if that was you, I mean, wouldn't you do it? And I'm thinking to myself, and real talk, I'm thinking to myself, well, if I was Harvey Weinstein, I think the first thing I need to do is go look in a fucking mirror. I understand that these girls gotta eat, but damn,
like, don't put them through that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not the best looking dude, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
do that
exactly.
Somebody,
if you ever see me, I'm not the best looking dude by any means. But at the same time, I ain't out here trying to blackball some girls into, fucking me because I'm gonna take their career that they really want away. That's fucked up. So yeah, I'm happy. This has been a good year for the ladies so far, and they need to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, y'all gotta keep pushing it. If y'all have, if none of y'all have watched Dave Chappelle's last stand up, Bird's Eye View, I think that's what it's called. I'm probably skewing that name. Listen to the part where he talks about ladies. I know a lot of y'all were trying to get Dave out of here because of his comments, but he's right. Y'all gotta band together, as well as, other than just hold on real quick. Y'all probably hear that barking. This guy's losing his mind back here.
He's
hold on
just
real quick.
agreeing with you, bro.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it is. He hates. Hold on. stop throwing stuff. Um, yeah, y'all. It just y'all got to come together. Y'all have to be. Y'all can't just jump on anybody who is trying to help. Like I mean, if it, a lot of people don't know the people that they're working with. They might do, they might end up doing good business, but they might have shady morals. And if you don't know how somebody's like, tell you for me, like if I know somebody has bad morals and they do good business, there's a good chance I'm not going to work with them because I don't want to have that issue where I feel like, am I lowering who I am just to make a buck?
Yeah,
yeah, like what my kids feel bad about it, what my parents feel about, like how would I feel? So like I said, there's a lot of people out here now who are either clean up their images or trying to keep the shit hidden. Somebody's gonna find the shit out. Just let you know right now. It's gonna be fine.
And you don't want to be caught up in that.
Yeah, because I mean,
guilty by association.
Yeah, guilty by association is damn near as worse. Because I mean, check out your boy Matt Damon. Everybody loves Matt Damon in Hollywood, and just because his very first movie was funded by the Weinstein Company, him and Ben Affleck or whatever, they trying to drag Matt for stuff. And Matt has daughters. Matt would never want any of that shit to happen to his daughter or his wife or any of his relatives that are in the acting business.
Yeah, that's just so whack, man.
And it's like you just gotta like I said, like Dave said, you're gonna have to have some people that are on your side that have been close to those people. You can't drag them if they're literally out here trying to help you and build you up or whatever. You gotta have some people there because I mean, like I said, there's a lot of times where you just have people that are behind you that know the bad guys, and they're behind you because they know this person was full of shit too. And yeah, what they did 2 days ago might have been questionable, but now they're sitting on your side, and there's no alternative meaning behind it. And they're not trying to like sabotage you or pull you down or something like that. Whatever, just you gotta take the help where you can get the help at certain instances. I mean, I know, yeah, there are rumors about him killing stories made by certain people that were trying to out Harvey. I mean, if that's true or not, we don't know, but. You guys got to band. You guys got to band together. You guys got to keep pushing as far as what you can do. Because like last year was just the tip of the iceberg. I feel y'all got to keep pushing it to make it so that there's no more of this craziness like that. Because like I said, it doesn't just go for women. There's dudes out here abusing their power to make other dudes feel weird about 100%. That too. Or whatever. You saw Terry Crews came out about that. You saw Corey Feldman come out about that. There's a lot of shady weird shit that happens. Oh my goodness, Wayman, stop. I'm sorry, y'all. He likes to cry when there's people that walk by. But yeah, off of this topic, like I said, Oscar nominations. Everybody go check out the movies that are nominated. There are some great movies this year that are actually nominated. I'm actually surprised. Just anybody who hasn't got a chance to catch a movie or anything in a while, just go check Redbox, check whatever avenue that you want. We're gonna jump in over to TV for just a quick second because this is just it's tickled me. I read it earlier that there are a lot of people in The Walking Dead right now that are having contract disputes because of how low the ratings are with the show and just because their contracts are up. You know how it is. If anybody who works within the TV, music, anything, once when you're guaranteed a contract, you work your contract out, you get to the end. Depending on how well you did through those contract years, is what your management can negotiate for you or whatever. So with Carl being killed off, it's gonna be real quiet. And the fact that their ratings just keep getting lower and lower, and everybody's kind of sick of this whole fight. All we doing is fighting people, and we'll throw a zombie in there every now and again. Shit's kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. I like the show from season 1 through about 5, and it just seemed like I get it. It's post-apocalyptic. People are going to abuse their power. We get it, and I guess maybe they're trying to keep doing this to show us that if this ever does happen to us, since we do live in Georgia where the CDC is, and just letting y'all know. I got a bug out bag. I'm ready to roll. So just shout out to my boy Sean. If you listening, man, I learned from you. I'm ready to roll when it's time to go, man. But it's funny to me that people don't understand that at the end of the day, this is a business. So if somebody feels like they did a lot of work on the show, for the show, and in their personal career or whatever, and their resume is getting big, then you need to pay them what you owe them. And if not, they have every right to walk, and you can't start trying to get at people about that type of stuff. Shout out to the actor that plays Michonne. I can never pronounce her name right. I'm pretty sure it's like I want to say it's Denia or Diana, but she did a great job in Black Panther. So I know her her checks are on the skyrocket from now on. Shout out to Steve Yeun who played Glenn. He did a great movie. You haven't checked it out yet. Definitely check it out. It's on Netflix. Check Redbox. Just at the end of the day, don't do dirty business. Don't do dirty business.
It's not worth it.
It's not
really
worth
not.
it. It's not worth it. Take it from Birdman. Take it from Jay Prince and them talking this week. If you haven't heard about it, everybody check out Hip Hop DX. There's some things that are happening that just makes people wonder. Like, do you think you have to do dirty business when it comes to the music and film? Like, do you think that there's a way to just do all this stuff clean that nobody gets hurt, or you think it has to be?
Way, man. I mean, in anything that you do, there's always going to be bad apples in it. In any group, anything, and that's anything in life. But you just got to straight. I can't even talk. Stay true to yourself. I mean, you got to have morals, especially this day and age. I mean, every time you turn around, I mean, just turn the news on, dude. Oh man, we about to get busted again.
Oh no,
I see you making sudden movements. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get ready.
No, I'm just checking.
I'm
I'm checking the soundboard. I thought I had some applause. Man, I'm trying to throw the applause out there for you.
But
man.
yeah, I mean, back to the topic. No, I mean, man, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know exactly
I
what
mean,
you're trying to say.
Yeah, man.
There's just way too many people who think they're above the law and think that if there's a way
I'm trying to talk,
people,
but y'all gotta remember, I got like a 15-pound dog over here that's like all up over me.
freaking out. That's all he likes to. Man, come on, stop.
No, but seriously, no. Back to the question at hand. I mean, yeah, dude. Bro, I ain't even made it yet, and you already
my bad.
now he's crawling all over Noble. But
stop. You're gonna be part of the podcast too. Okay, it's gonna be that boy G Noble Lee and Wayman podcast.
And Wayman.
Yep.
But no, I don't think you gotta do dirty business, man. I think people they just don't look at the big picture, and that's where you can easily mess up right there. Just gotta be smart about it.
That's right. Yeah. Go ahead. Keep telling that knowledge.
You're trying to make a point. You got a dog jumping on you. I hear people walking around above me, and I got a car alarm going off.
Oh yeah, man. I'm hoping that all this makes it into. Shit. It seems like we might actually be in Atlanta. So, but also shout out to Kevin Smith, man. It's crazy what happened.
Shout out.
I'm trying to fix this.
Kevin.
That boy Kevin. Great person. Great director. I've been a fan of Kevin Smith since I was younger. Wasn't supposed to watch a lot of his movies, but I went ahead and watched my favorite movie of all time. Will always and forever be Dogma, which is funny. That's another movie that has Affleck and Damon in it. But if you've never seen Dogma, has Affleck, Damon, has Chris Rock, has Salma Hayek. Of course, Jason Lee.
Right there, that's all you guys say.
Yeah. Janine Garofalo. It has a lot of good people. It's a funny movie. A lot. It pokes the fun at religion in a funny way. And
it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, with that lineup, you can't go wrong. So everybody get a chance to check that out. He has a great project out all the time. Anything with Jay and Silent Bob is always going to be amazing. Shout out to Kevin Smith. Hope you get well, man.
Yeah, man.
Hope you get well and stay
Sending
healthy.
Good vibes your way, bro.
Always. So I'm still just scrolling through. Like literally, we're winging this thing right now. It's Friday night. We're gonna scroll through and pick some topics. If you have not got a chance to check it out yet or whatever, go ahead and check out the new Mission Impossible trailer. That is probably one of the best trailers I've seen all year, and it'll definitely get you excited, and you'll understand that you won't. I'm hoping that the trailer it doesn't just like give you everything, but there's a lot of controversy with that movie because of Henry Cavill and him being Superman and wanting to like fuck up the whole Justice League movie. I still haven't seen it yet, and I'm waiting. I just was mad when I saw some of the images with him not wanting to cut his mustache because he wanted to keep it for Mission Impossible. Like, bro, I get that. Like, that is your character and all that stuff, whatever. But if you part of two big franchises, just do what you gotta do to make the fans happy. Like, if you start fucking up fans on one franchise just to please the other ones on another one, that's gonna eventually bite you in the ass. I'm just gonna be real with you. And then you're working with Tom Cruise, who's been producing these Mission Impossible movies since the beginning. he's been producing things from the beginning. So he knows what it takes to make a great action flick. This man broke his damn foot making this movie, doing his stunts at his age, still training to do the stunts. So just letting y'all know, for a lot of people, I know there is, like, if you've seen the last couple of, there are tons of special effects, but there is still a lot of practical effects, which I was talking to G about that before. I'm a big fan of practical effects. I like when I can actually physically see that you made the shit. Like, I want to see squibs. I want to see explosions. I want to see pyrotechnics. I want to see things of that nature more than I want to see all the special effects. Like, I get it for the big budget movies that we got coming out. You have to do that. That's why I liked American Assassin, another one if you haven't checked it out. Always been a big fan of the Bourne movies because of the time and art that they put into it to make it visually, capturing for everybody. So
it takes time and skill too to make movies like that. I mean, within minutes, it just draws you in.
exactly. Like, if you have not seen the last Mission Impossible, do yourself a favor, go ahead and check out Rogue Nation. That was a good movie. Also, just let you know how much of a showman Tom Cruise is. If you never seen the movie called Night and Day with him and Cameron Diaz, a lot of the stunts that he did in that movie were all him. He might have had like a wire or two hanging on him, but he was jumping off cars. He was doing that stuff in real time, training for it. So just letting y'all know, like, as much as y'all want to get on that man about that whole Katie Holmes thing, this man's a showman. He knows what it takes to do it, right?
Scientology thing.
Yeah, and that too. We'll slide that under the table though.
Yeah,
but
put that under the rug real quick.
I'm gonna slide over to Gene. Gene is gonna give us a little bit of a news update for us.
Well, I'm sure a lot of you have heard already about Russia, Putin giving this big old presentation about this new weapon that they got, and more or less, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say on it other than, when my first thought when I read this is, man, when you think shit just can't get worse, just something else happens, and I really think that's Putin's motive. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and get real political. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what you should believe, how you should take this. But, we're living in crazy times. I mean, like, I mentioned this earlier. Turn the news on. Watch the news for 5 minutes. Hell, at work, we have the news on usually. And you'd be amazed at just where all you find out happens. And it's just right down the street from you. So, it's crazy times. But yeah, I mean, if you're hearing this, I'm a political guy. I went to school for politics. Yeah, I know. I'm one of those. And don't be laughing. I see you laughing over there. Yeah. But seriously, I mean, I liked it when it wasn't a circus like it's become. And that ain't a bash on our president. That ain't a bash on anybody. I mean, like I said, pay attention to politics for 2 or 3 minutes. I mean, it's like Ringling Brothers is back.
Yeah, it really is. Universal.
So, yeah. So,
I had to throw it in there. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, I mean, seriously, I would love to hear back from any listeners, just how they see this, because, like I said, and this is what we did at school. We talked, we debated, that's how you come to common ground, and you got to talk about it, and you can't let things get personal. So, but yeah, Putin came out today and said that they've got these brand new missiles, and they can get through the U.S.'s defenses, and I mean, it's hard to believe a lot that comes out of this guy's mouth. I mean, there's so much shit about this guy that we don't know, but I mean, ex-KGB. What more need be said? So, but yeah, it's just crazy at times like this with everything going on, and again, back to my reason for him doing this is, he's just trying to. Look at the U.S. I mean, we're crazy right now. There's all kinds of shit going on. So I think he's just, trying to throw a wrench in the cogwheel. And unfortunately, from the reactions that I have seen on social media and throughout news outlets, it seems to be working. So I think whatever he's trying to do, I think he's succeeding. But and I had a coworker say this today when him and I were talking about it, and it's a good point. I mean, there's so much shit that, dude, we don't even know that we have. So, you can't really say who was right or wrong here, but it's just messed up. It's really, Russia's really, showing their true colors. Maybe he's just pissed off that they suck so bad in the Olympics for once.
That's probably exactly what it is. And it's the Winter Olympics, y'all. It's always cold over there. Y'all should be killing it. I'm just saying, like countries where it's always cold, y'all need to be murdering it. Like if y'all 75% of the time if it's cold, you need to be losing, skiing, hockey playing, all that. Just y'all need to be killing that. Like don't let a country over here where we don't really see the winter time like that, like have us start murdering, or any other country. I'm just any country where it's not ice cold all the time. Don't let them show you up in your game. You live on the ice. You need to go ahead and murder that. And shout out to Gene for going to school. A lot of people nowadays don't want to go to school. Going to school, I understand. It seems like it's a big, it's a big trick.
It's a big commitment.
It's a commitment that you got to take. And I know a lot of people try to tell you like, oh, you don't have to because why should I go to college when this person over here literally just made a living off of the internet. I'm going to let you know right now. It's super hard to try to make a living off their internet. You have to hit like super crazy demographics and have a niche that nobody else has or only a few people have, and then be able to make it better. Like people always try to tell you can't build a better mousetrap. You basically got to find a mousetrap and build a better one.
That is exactly.
I feel like that's the way to do it.
Analogy I've heard.
Like you just
all day.
Yeah, like because I mean, like if you go like guarantee you right now, if you listen to this, open up another tab. Unless you listen to it on your phone, open up another window. Type in reaction videos on YouTube. Tell me you don't see hella reaction videos. Just think about the fact that
become a thing?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why do I need to watch you react to something? Let me just watch it myself. I'll react to it. I don't need to watch somebody else react, especially somebody I don't know. And then when I see these fools got subscriptions like crazy, this is no shot at any of y'all. Do what you do, get your money if you're getting it. It's just everybody, we got to learn to do stuff on our own. Like we're way too reliant on our technology to show us the way what to do. Like when's the last time you just did something and didn't care who was watching you? Didn't try to do it to get people to do it with you. You just sat down and did some shit, or went out and did some stuff, and you weren't like, oh, let me text everybody, let them know where I'm at, location turned on. Like no, just go have some fun, man. Like it just makes everybody seem like a damn robot nowadays.
Yep.
So
real talk.
That shit is old. That's just what it is. It's just super old. Also, this is another thing, and I know I swing back to when it comes to politics. I know a lot of people don't want to divulge what their affiliation is, and a lot of people want to get mad about stuff or whatever. If you work in a public place like a retail, or actually better yet, anywhere you work at or whatever, keep it to yourself. To a certain extent, like it's okay to talk about it and gossip about it and stuff like that, but just keep it to yourself because you're probably gonna piss somebody off, or somebody's gonna piss you off, and you're gonna be all hot and upset, and you're gonna let that affect your work. Like keep that outside of work. Like if you want to talk about politics, talk about with your friends and family that you're affiliated with those same things and y'all have the same views. When it comes to work, just try to keep it out of the workplace because that's when people start treating you weird and different for what you believe in or what you see as fit or whatever. It's not like you don't want to cause unnecessary tension with people that you probably got to see for 40 hours a week. Like that's not. I
think that's what's lost in our culture right now is people just can't have a conversation.
Exactly. Nobody knows how to talk anymore. Everybody's just
so. That's how you find common ground. I mean, I'm a history guy, and if you look back at just throughout history, one of the things that we made groundbreaking changes was there was an actual dialogue. All you get now is Trump can get on there and say, well, I went and ate a Big Mac today and a Democrat made it for me, so I'm going to give them some tax cuts. I'm just throwing something out there.
Get off the mic.
We got a dog over here trying to speak.
Ow, what the hell? Okay.
But,
shout out to Big Macs, man. If y'all ain't had one in a while.
Yeah,
they're still terrible
McDonald's,
for you.
Hit us up. I got that McFlurry, man.
Yes, the McFlurry is probably the best thing I've had there in a while. Oh, actually, you know what? Shout out to them, to those buttermilk chicken tenders. That's no kind of euphemism. Them shits is delicious.
Boy, I see you mouth watering already.
Yep,
I'm
probably gonna go get some right after this. Shout out to McDonald's. Y'all probably will not sponsor us because of the curse words.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
And we should probably go ahead and announce that just before I get back into what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is probably not a very family-friended show so far. There is bad language.
There is bad language. I'm sorry for it.
I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you how I feel about bad language, and if you disagree, well, then I'm fucking sorry. But We're in 2018. And I completely understand people being old fashioned. I get it. You know, you don't cuss to your mama, you don't cuss to your daddy. I get that. I understand that. But what are you supposed to do? Let's just for instance, let's say you're putting something together made out of wood. You need a hammer and nails. Well, what are you gonna say when you're not paying attention when you're swinging that hammer and you hit your finger? You're gonna say, "Oh, pussy feathers." Oh. I mean, I think anybody, even the biggest, you know, Christian or whatever, religious person, most straight up person, I think they're gonna say, "Well, shit."
Exactly. Get your shit off, man.
There's a time and place for everything. I get that. So, but yeah, I mean, this is two guys chilling. We've been working all week, been busting it, and it's our downtime.
Pause.
Yeah,
that's our downtime.
Yeah,
we should be able to say what we want.
So
exactly.
There's gonna be some words.
He won't stop putting this damn dog toy on me.
But I'm gonna take it right back to where we were, just real quick, just to finish that segment. Is you know, you gotta have common ground. You've got to be able to have a dialogue. That's the only way things are gonna get done. And I know I sound like I'm trying to be some shit. I don't even know the next president, but I'm not. Politics are always gonna be there. They're not going away. And like Noble said, it's usually best to keep it out of the workplace because I mean you just don't need that. It's like any other workplace. You're gonna be dealing with drama. You're gonna be dealing with sass. You know, you're gonna have to be dealing with things. And
why add anything extra?
Why add anything? So, but yeah, I mean, I know I mentioned earlier that I was talking to a coworker about it, but y'all just forgive him. The dog's going ape shit right now. But you know, if you're gonna talk about it, just keep it basic. Be like, hey, did you hear about Russia? Yeah, man. And then you know, if they start going in, just let it roll, man. Just let it roll. You don't want to have that.
If anything, fake a text message. That's what I do.
Yeah, there you go.
Bloop. Oh,
Yeah.
hold on. I got to get that real quick.
Go.
Hey, what you were just saying? Hey, that's some good stuff. I'm gonna get back to you, and then just roll out. Like don't use it all the time because it will get stale. They'll know it. They'll know it. Yeah, it's just we got to be able to talk to each other. We can't talk to each other anymore. Everybody
just gets butthurt so easy. I mean,
super easy. Everybody gets butthurt.
And it's like, all right, well, we ain't talking no more.
Yeah, and it's about everything, not even just like politics. About like what movie you like, what food you like, where you like to shop, where you from. It's just like, oh, you're from there, and then you don't want to talk to me no more. And like, I don't understand what the issue is or whatever. Like, I'm literally just out here just trying to do what I do. I make music. I write. Gene's a drummer. So if I tell you, hey, you know, go to this link, check out my music. By the way, my album is out, Chillscape, and that's a shameless plug.
Oh, man.
I did it. Yes, I did it. Man. I don't care. I do not care. Spotify me, bro. Get at me. But if I try to tell you to just check out my music or whatever, like I don't like that type of music. I mean, it's not gonna make me sad. It's not gonna make me, you know, I'm gonna pack up my keyboard and I'm never gonna make music. No, I don't care. Like we're out here just to.
If everybody did that, man, there wouldn't be any music.
There would be music, no movies, no books, poetry, none of that shit. Like everybody would just give up because as soon as everybody gets so soft about stuff or whatever, like this. And as far as being an artist, you gotta realize that, and I'm gonna get serious about art. Cause my boy Aeronautics, Pat G, he told me that without support for music, without people for art in general, without people just being supportive, it dies. It dies very quickly because without you guys listening, without you guys participating, commenting, doing anything, all this stuff dies. And we put a lot into it, and it's not like a lot of us are thinking when we're like in 4th or 5th grade when they hand you an instrument that we're thinking that this is gonna be my bread and butter one day. We just want to do it for the love, and then that love just keeps going throughout all the way. If we continue with that passion, that art, whatever it is, instruments, acting, singing, dancing, painting, photography, any stuff, you just continue with it, and then when you try to share it later on. It's a very vulnerable thing because once you put it out there for the world, you're never supposed to really edit it unless you do like a remix when it comes to certain things. But we put it out there, and if you just gonna shit on it all day long, you don't know what it does to people because that's like if you get hurt in a relationship and then everybody knows about it because you put the shit up on Instagram, and then you got wild dudes coming at you, or you got, you know, girls trying to get at you, bro, because they know what you got. Then it's the same thing for us. As long as we were making music, we're in a vulnerable space when we release it, and it does affect us how it's received. And we do it for ourselves, but we also do it for you, so that if you're going through something, you have somebody who relates to you, or you have a soundtrack to your life to a certain extent. So just learn how to talk to people, learn how to not be just such like just jerks about stuff, because you never know who hangs on your words. You never know who is listening. You never know how that is affecting them. You don't know how it makes them look at you in a different light. Either it's a good way or a bad way. So we just got to open up dialogue. We got to be able to reach across the table and talk to somebody that we've never known. And the best thing about us is where we work at. We have people from, well, not that many different backgrounds, but different ages.
Yep.
And it's good to always hear somebody's opinion. I was born in '87. I got one of our coworkers. He just turned 50 something years old or whatever. Shout out to him. And I have another coworker who's like 70 something, and they tell me about stuff when they were younger. And I go back and I'm like, man, I only knew about that stuff from movies and TV shows, and half the shit's fictional. But just to get knowledge from them. So not being able to talk, you'll never learn anything other than just going on Google. It's dope to actually be able to talk to somebody from these different eras who were there when the world went to shit before.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about like how it is now where with social media, how it's going to shit to a certain extent. I'm talking about when people were dropping bombs and destroying entire cities in like an afternoon, like going to shit. The fact that they were there and they were scared and they were like, man, I'm going to actually have to go over here and possibly take the life of another person. And they tell me, and it's just dope to listen to that and soak up that knowledge versus being like, I can't talk to anybody right now, so let me just go ahead and dive my head into my phone.
Dive into your phone, yeah. Shut everything off.
Yeah, shut everything off. And the only reason I know this person is because of social media, but I've never physically gone out and had a beer with this person or gone to a concert with people or whatever. Like a lot of y'all, you love to swear y'all got hella followers and y'all got friends and shit. But like, how many of the people, when you look at it, how many people that pop up on your timelines do you physically know? When's the last time you called that person and had a conversation, or went out and got some coffee, or did something physically with that person?
Oh man, you about to get into a topic that.
So it's just people don't do that anymore. We don't do any of that stuff anymore.
I
think
that fair weather friend shit. So.
Yeah, like don't just like don't send me a happy birthday because Facebook told you that's my birthday. If you know me, say something to me. Like just call me up. We'll get together. I know we all got busy schedules, but just keeping those lines of communication open is enough to like. Hold on, real quick. This fool.
Why you getting that water bottle?
Whatever. But it's. We have to be better to each other. I know I'm pretty sure I strayed. I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, man, this dude has a hella tangents. But you know what? When I get into my shit, I get into my shit and I start talking about it. So
real talk.
It is what it is. Gene knows. So go ahead and get that's the air horn for me. Self air horn. I won't do a lot of them, but it's just we gotta be better to each other.
We have to listen to each other. Man.
Yeah, we gotta learn. We have
to
be listen.
Compassionate.
You gotta have some sort of compassion. And also another thing that pisses me off, and this is going into another going back to movies for a second. Stop with all the damn remakes. Like for real, stop with it. Like there's got to be some original thoughts out here. Like not thoughts, but there's got to be original thoughts out here.
Oh, yeah, there's some original thoughts.
Oh yeah, they out here. It's Memorial Day weekend is coming up. Everybody be safe. I know it's like super long way, and y'all planning for it now, but just plan to be safe is all I'm gonna say. But stop with these remakes, man. Like for real. Like I get it. Like there's a TV show that was dope in like the 60s to 70s. You want to bring it back and make a movie. That's cool. But when you remake movies, like just stop. Like it's annoying now. And if you're gonna do it, find some new blood. Somebody who can bring something different to the character. Like I'm only saying this because my Google feed just showed me Death Wish, the remake, and it has Bruce Willis. And there's no shot at Bruce. I like Bruce, but let's just say what it is. Bruce been slacking a little bit, man. And
for real. That's real talk.
And I understand, like if y'all go back and you do your history on Bruce, man. One of Bruce's first shows was
John McClane, man.
It is like if you do a movie like that, like Die Hard, a movie that is in every single book for people who want to make movies, as an example, and that's what you're best known for, it's hard to get out of that, especially when your background, you did more comedic stuff. And then you get that role, And now you're kind of just stuck as a tough guy for like the rest of your
somebody
career.
else that
Come
just
on,
happened
son.
to is Liam Neeson. I know
Yes.
that this last action movie that he did, I forget what name it is and anything, but I remember watching an interview with him. He said that it's going to be the last like real action thriller that he's going to do because he doesn't want to get stuck in, which he kind of already has, in my opinion. But I props to him for wanting to break out of it. But ever since Taken, I mean, that's like what he's known for now, and he wants to show his skills in other areas. I mean, I completely agree with that. I understand that hustle.
Exactly, and for anybody, I mean, I'm a nerd, so I still remember Liam Neeson as being Qui-Gon Jinn from
That's true.
from the
That's true.
Star Wars trilogy. That's the first time I ever seen him. I mean, I've seen him in other things, but that's the first time I seen him. And next thing you know, he pops up in Taken, knocking people's heads off, and shit's dope. I ain't gonna lie, but they kind of ran that shit
he's
into
real
the
good
ground,
at it.
and
I
he's
mean,
he's
for real.
very good at it. He's very good at it. So but yeah, just stop with the remakes. Like, find some young, y'all need to be hitting up these film festivals and giving some of these young kids a chance. There's a lot of spec scripts laying on people's desks that probably got the next best thing, and y'all too busy worrying about these same old formulas that are like, oh, around this time of the year we need to put out this one. Yeah, like,
you just need to stop.
and you wonder why, like, the movie business is going the way it is as far as like blockbusters aren't being there anymore. And I mean, like I said, Black Panther kind of brought that back. Deadpool did that. Wonder Woman did that as far as like making people excited to go see the movies again and doing blockbusters. But as long as y'all keep doing the same old stuff, y'all gonna ruin it. Like, what is the movie that Splash? I don't know if anybody remember that movie with Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah with the mermaid. They're making a reverse version of that.
You gotta be kidding me.
And like, come on, y'all. Like,
Are you serious?
No, I'm serious. They're making a reverse version of that
first
movie.
I've heard of that.
Oh, and they're making a reverse version of Overboard. That had
go
that
is.
yeah. So that's an old movie with Goldie Hawn. Shout out to Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell.
Yeah, you left me on that
And
one, bro.
yeah, it's an old comedy movie. It just the shit is hilarious. But they're making a reverse version of that. And I was like, come on, we don't need to keep reversing stuff. We don't need to keep trying to flip things on its head to make it brand new. Just let some shit die. Or if you're going to do a remake, do a prequel. Prequels are always awesome. Or if you want to do a movie, do a sequel. Make sure to get to age the cast. Make sure we have a reason to want a sequel. Go back and look and see how much did they make. Test the waters. Don't just think out. What was a great movie? That was a great movie. Let's make a sequel, or better yet, let's make a prequel. Let's see if any of the original actors are living, or if they have kids who are actors who can play their roles, or some dumb shit. Like, just let it go. Like, I'm excited for. I'm not gonna lie. I've liked these these side stories for Star Wars. Shout out to the Solo movie. I'm hoping it's gonna be good. And Rogue One was dope. I watched that movie 2 times back to back, and that's saying a lot for Star Wars movies because they can get like super thick. Where you get bored real quick. But it's I haven't seen The Last Jedi, so don't try to kill me on that. I haven't seen it. I will see it when I'll see it when it comes around.
We're slacking.
Yeah, we are. We're slacking. I don't get out to movies as often as I want to. Like I said, the last movie I saw was Black Panther, and that's not just because I'm black. Yeah, and I'm not gonna spoil it for any of y'all, but Wakanda Forever for everybody's listening. But and the movie I saw before then was I saw freaking Blade Runner 2040. Okay, that's another one, Blade Runner. And like I said, I do a lot with film, and I love movies and TV shows and music, and I will go into a tangent, so forgive me for that. But Blade Runner is a movie that is for true directors, true people who love film, cinephiles. You'll love this movie. It will piss you off because it gives you more questions than it does give you answers from the first movie. And if you have not seen the first movie, you were missing out. Definitely check it out. But movies like that, we need more We need more. I want to say highbrow concept movies, but we need more concept movies.
Just need more
original content. I mean, even with that being a sequel, it still had its own little thing, and it added onto it very, very nicely. It's shot done. It's shot very nicely. Shout out to Ridley Scott because I was pissed off with that last Alien movie. I'm not gonna lie.
It was pretty trash.
Yeah, that shit made me mad. The only thing hard in that entire movie is with that little tiny alien. He was fucking everybody up, and when they were on the planet, like he was a beast. Like he deserved it, and I get it, And then how you gonna have I'm gonna have Franco in the movie for like 2 minutes? You know, I mean, just come on, son. I mean, he was in the little prequel you guys put on YouTube, and everybody was like, "Oh, Franco's gonna be in here." Yeah, yeah. Then you kill his ass off, and you only see him.
He gone.
And you only see him in what is it? You only see him in what's the word? I'm blanking like fuck right now. Flashbacks. You only see his ass in flashbacks. Don't do that. Don't. That's super corny. Shout out to the rest of the cast though. You guys actually did pull it off. Danny McBride, man, pulling off a serious movie. I'm proud of you, man, because you know you still will always be forever Rico.
You my boy, Danny.
And Hot Rod, man, and yeah. that's one of my movies. Everybody, if you've never seen Hot Rod, definitely check it out. I know a lot of people aren't big Sandberg fans, but you know it is what it is. Sandberg is that guy too. Shout out the whole Lonely Island. But we're gonna move on to another topic because I will stay on this topic for super long, and it's not necessary. Also, fellas, stop sending dick pics. Not to
Real
me,
talk.
just in general. we're past that point. I think in 2018, just stop. It's not necessary. Also, people, stay off a Cash App. Don't let no woman tell you that they're gonna try to do some shit for you on Cash App. That's not me knowing that I've never done it. I've heard it in the streets.
I don't know, man.
And
That
it's
sounds like
weird.
it's coming from experience.
No, it's not. Shut up. So, and other than that, man, I'm saying a lot, so you know, your face. I don't care. There's not a lot more. Like I said, it's Friday. Two dudes just talking about shit, just getting into it. We're gonna definitely try to. And eventually in this podcast, we're gonna have it nailed down to what we're gonna talk about. And you will. And once we get a visual up, you'll actually get a chance to see us. You guys get a chance to see us. We're gonna probably try to attempt to make music. It may not go the way we wanted to. You get a chance to meet Wayman, who is currently sleeping. He's worn himself out.
It's about time, man.
Yeah, I thought he'd never stop, but he's literally worn himself out and is laying on the floor. And now he's up because I've mentioned him. So he's a diva. Yep, I fucked up. About to shake or sneeze. One of the two. Oh, he's leaving. Yep. See, yep, give him too much attention and it's over. So
that sounds like my ex. I mean, what?
Hey.
Oh.
I need to get that drum roll. Is what I need. I need the drum roll. It's making me mad that I don't have it. And I guess once we get our setup going, you can actually do the drum roll.
Yeah, I guess
put this there right next to you. So, with that, if you got anything else to add, man?
No, I know this is random as fuck, but like you said, you know, I'm a music guy, and being a drummer, I'm really into metal. So, just for any metalheads that might be listening to this, and look, I don't care if you think they're not metal. I don't care if you think they're soft rock now. I really don't give a shit what you think. It's always been my band. Disturbed is back in the studio. They released a little teaser for it on YouTube, and I actually just saw it earlier today. So big fans. I've seen them live several times. You know, Draymond just seems like as time goes on, the dude just continues to kill it in the vocals. So but all around great band. You know, their music's been there for me, you know, through rough times. So it's important to me, and that's why I'm sharing that. I'm really excited that they're back in the studio again. I was really hoping that they weren't done. So yeah, be looking out for that. Shout out to my boys in Disturbed. But nah, man. Other than that, you know, that's what I'm looking forward to.
For all my hip hop heads, everybody just check out if you haven't Nipsey Hussle's Victory Lap. That is a great album. For anybody who's a Nipsey Hussle fan, anybody who is a fan of East Coast rap, check out that Prime 2 with Royce the 5'9" and DJ Premier. Also, I mean, there's a lot of good music. I suggest everybody. This is just a personal thing. There's a website called theinterns.net. Remember that, theinterns.net. They have a tab on there to tell you 10 songs you need to hear this week. They have turned me on to a lot of good music that I probably would not be a fan of right now, and that just goes to show you that sometimes you just need to branch out. Go to Apple Music or Spotify, and just go to wherever they have new artist stuff, and even whether they're a brand new artist or it's an older artist that has new music, just try to give
keep an open mind.
Yeah, keep an open mind. Give attention to somebody else because you never know that. I mean, you might hear something that might speak to you, and it might not be for everybody. But as long as you're listening to it and you're giving that attention to it, that artist will some kind of way they'll feel it and they'll know that the love is there and they'll keep be able to make stuff. Like I said, when I put my album out, I didn't get as much response as I thought I would, but it never stopped me from continuing to make music or whatever. Also, shout out to my boy Cam James. He has a tape out called Levitape. Levitape. That's Levitape. Check it out on Spotify. That's Cam James, CamJames. Check out that album. I'm not saying it just because that's my boy, but that was probably one of the best albums I've heard. You can't skip a track on there. You cannot skip a track. Same thing with that Nipsey Hussle. You cannot skip a track on there. It's good. Also, an older album, that Sci-Hi, The Prince, No Dope on Sundays. So check that out. Like I said, we do all this just for y'all, man. Like, there's a lot of people that's probably out there just like us.
That's really like the sole reason we're doing it. So when we ask you, we want your guys' feedback. We want y'all to be a part of the conversation.
Yeah, we're not just saying that to say that. We literally want the feedback because, it's boring if you got a regular job and you don't have a passion and you don't do anything but just go to work, clock in, clock out, go home, and don't do nothing, whatever. Find a passion, do something with it. And we got a passion for stuff, and we just want to go ahead and explore it. And this is one of the mediums that we chose to try to do it as far as doing it as a podcast. Either be YouTube, SoundCloud. We just
and feel free to give us ideas to talk about.
Exactly.
Shit enough and our opinions, which sometimes people like hearing them. Get suggestions, throw them out there. I mean, it's like I've been telling Noble before we started this. I'll talk about anything under the sun. I mean, hell, if I don't even know about it, I'm not a big movie buff like him. I've never watched Walking Dead, but look, I can pull up, I can watch a clip of something and tell you, what I think. So, yeah, I mean, just bring it up. We'll talk about it.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll
preferably with a beer in hand.
Yep. Exactly. When we get a good setup, we're gonna be able to actually we'll have it so I can show Gene a clip of stuff. I ain't gonna lie. We probably will. We'll film his reaction because I want to not to make reaction video, but just be like, hey, this is my segment. I want to introduce him to something he probably never heard about before, and we'll get a chance to judge it, and then we'll talk about it, and then we can just do that ourselves and get the feedback for that, and then we'll have whatever you guys want to talk about. We'll have the email set up pretty soon where you guys can send it to us and just be part of it. Make it a whole collaborative effort. Shout out to anybody who is an artist. If you want to send us some artwork, like I said, it's going to be that boy G and Noble Lee. We're gonna try to figure out a dope way to get that, and we will end up having a better name. If you don't stop with this noise. Oh, also, I got a message from one of my homeboys or whatever. I'm probably late on that, whatever. But everybody keep Rick Ross in your prayers. He was found unresponsive in Florida. So he's on a machine right now. They're helping him breathe. And anybody who's ever had anybody in their family or friends that when the machines have to breathe for you, that's touch and go type stuff. So just everybody keep even if you don't like him or not, just still a human being. Just throw some love out there. Hope he gets through the worst of it.
Yeah, man.
So other than that, man, we are going to wrap it up here. Hopefully we can have this segment to you pretty soon. So I am Noble Lee.
And I am G Money.
Peace.